Hey y'all, it's your buddy Chuck again, and we're not really back at it on Wednesday, May the 7th. We're taking the day off today, but I was at home minding my own business, relaxing, and I heard a text message notification. It was DoorDash. They offered me one of these flash orders with a $15 boost pay. So we've got a little Harvey's supermarket shopping order, shopping for 8 items, and delivering a total of 7 miles from my house, which means it'll be maybe 2 miles from Harvey's to the customer. So 8 items, what's it paying, $26.88 or something like that? $27.88? Now I don't remember. $27.88. 8 items. Pretty good deal. You know, this is well, it's a very good deal. It's kind of comparable to maybe a Spark order. You know, to shop for 8 items and deliver 7 miles, I would want pretty close to $27.88 for a Spark order. Anyway, good deal. I was hoping that while we were hanging out at the house today, maybe we'd get 2 or 3 little orders so we could at least make a little bit of money today. So this is awesome. Here we go to Harvey's Supermarket. Awesome. Thank you. Alright, and fruit punch ought to be it. Well, all right, y'all, we got our shopping done, and it's 2.5 miles to the customer. You know, it should have been really easy. 2 things were out of stock. The substitution process on DoorDash is so easy. I haven't had to do anything substituting like this for a while. They were out of olive oil, which was the first thing I went to, out of the brand she wanted. And so after I searched and searched for it for a while, I finally gave up and said it wasn't available. And it had 3 customer approved substitutions. So I just picked one of them, and that was a breeze. But then the last item, or next to last, she wanted a 32-ounce package of frozen salmon fillets. Well, they didn't have any, a particular brand, like Latitude 45 or something. Well, they had that exact brand, the exact same product, but only in 1-pound packages. So when I marked that the 2-pound package wasn't available, it only gave me 1 substitution, and that was just fresh salmon. So I had the perfect substitution right there to get her 2 of the 1-pound packages instead of 1 2-pound package. But they wanted me to switch over to fresh salmon. Then when I tried to scan that, they told me I had the wrong brand or something. It was the only fresh salmon they had. So that was a little frustrating. What I wound up doing is I scanned the 1-pound package of salmon again, told me it was the wrong thing, and I just marked I've got the right item. And it said take a picture, which I did. And then I got her 2 1-pound packages of the salmon she wanted. And I didn't know, what would happen once I got to the cash register. But it all went through perfectly. No hiccups. All right, y'all, thanks for your business. Have a wonderful day. All right, y'all, that was pretty easy. Some of you may have noticed that we delivered to that house pretty recently. And last time, right on the landing, right in front of their front door, there was a board missing. Really dangerous. But I see they've replaced it now. That's a good thing. They didn't replace it with the right kind of board, but whatever. At least it's not as dangerous now. But anyway, we got that dropped off. Got our $27.88 or whatever. I think it was a $5 tip, $15 boost pay, and I guess $7.88 must have been the base pay. Pretty cool. I'm ready for another one now. All right, y'all, we just got another one. A DoorDash flash offer. Got the text message, turned on DoorDash, and got this offer, $20 for 5 miles, $20.55. And the drop-off is on my way back to my house, so this is pretty cool. All right, y'all, picking up at McDonald's in Folkestone, Georgia, inside the Circle K gas station. DoorDash order 007. Thank you so much. All right, y'all, our Mickey D's was sitting there ready to go. That took just a few seconds. And now we're stopped by a train. I mean, there it goes. There's the end of it. Good. It's always a crapshoot here in Folkestone. We get about 90 trains per day. Something like that. People come from all over the country to watch the trains go by. There are some people who love trains. But anyway, it's always a crapshoot whenever you turn the corner and see that there's a train. You can go up north about a mile and there's an overpass, and then you come back down a mile south. And maybe it's a smart move, maybe it's not. You know, maybe it pays off, maybe it doesn't. Depends on how close to the end of the train you are and how fast the train's moving. But anyway, that wasn't bad at all. So here we go, y'all, just right back toward home. This is going to be a total of 10 minutes work for $20.55. All right, Christy, thanks for your business. Have a terrific day. All right, y'all, we got our Mickey D's dropped off. Made $20.50, ended our dash, heading back home. Waiting for another order. And y'all, let me tell you something. Yesterday I took the day off. Just stayed home, but you know, I kept Uber on and kept DoorDash off so that I could get these flash orders. Well, we did one order yesterday, a DoorDash flash order. Made $28 almost. But we had the opportunity yesterday to make $100. We got, later in the afternoon, we got an Uber order. It was for 17 miles of Pizza Hut Uber Eats order. And I declined it a couple of times, and it went up a couple of times. And finally, they offered me $26 and change. I should have taken that. I was holding out for 30 to 35, and the highest they ever offered me was 26, and then it finally stopped coming back to my phone. But so we made 28, could have made another 26, you know, that's 54. And then about between 6 and 7 p.m., we got a flash offer, logged into DoorDash, and they offered us $19 and change, I think it was, to deliver something. I think it was probably Pizza Hut again. It was short mileage, you know, I don't remember, 6 or 7 miles, maybe 8, something like that. But I don't know, I just didn't feel like leaving the house that late in the evening. And it was only $19 and change, which means it was really only a $4 order with a $15 boost pay. Could have been a cash tip. It was a pizza delivery. But just didn't feel like doing it. So if we had done all these orders, that would have been $74. And then at 10 p.m. last night, I got another text message from DoorDash saying there was an order of some kind, McDonald's or Pizza Hut or something. But I really didn't want to go out at 10 o'clock at night and make a delivery. But if I had accepted the 4 opportunities I got in Folkestone yesterday, we would have been right at $100 without ever leaving town, without making a 60-mile round trip to Kingsland. So I think today I'm going to go ahead and just stay home and see if I can't make decent money. All right, y'all, here we go. DoorDash flash order number 2 of the day. This one is $20.77 for, I think it said 7 miles. Unfortunately, this one's not coming back toward my house. It's going to be a 14-mile round trip, roughly. But that's all right. It's $20 and change. This will give us $41 so far today. This is McDonald's. I'm really hoping for like 4 of these today. And I'm going to try to even do this into the night if they send me orders again. I mean, if I get one of these at 10 o'clock tonight like I did last night, I may very well get up and go deliver it. Even though, as a rule, I do not drive at night. I might make an exception. And y'all, I don't expect these flash orders to last very long. You know, they can't keep this up. It's not sustainable. And it incentivizes us dashers in Folkestone not to dash. Because if I'm dashing, I can't get one of these orders with the $15 boost pay. So DoorDash is basically incentivizing me not to dash. And I'm okay with that. But I know it can't last very long, but I'm going to do them as long as it lasts. Uber Eats has already stopped paying me the big bucks. They used to pay me outrageous amounts of money to deliver an order in Folkestone. And in the last week or so, they pretty much stopped that. I still get the occasional Uber Eats offer, but they don't surge like they used to. All right, here we go to Mickey D's. DC3.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a wonderful day.
You too.
All right, y'all, we got our Mickey D's picked up. What's that say? 2.7 miles. I believe we delivered to this lady just a few days ago. Maybe a Subway order, I'm thinking. Or something. We delivered to somebody on this street very recently. I think it was her. Anyway, here we go. It's up in this little community called Homeland. Come on. All right, Jennifer, thanks for your business. Have a wonderful day. All right, y'all, got that Mickey D's dropped off and ended our dash, because that's the only way I can get one of those flash orders. And it said that Folkestone was very busy, plus $1 peak pay on the DoorDash map. So I was hoping maybe they'd send me another one while I was still in town, but looks like that's maybe not going to happen. So we'll just go back home and wait. See what else we get, if anything. Hey y'all, it's now Friday, May the 9th. And my little experiment's not going that well. I thought maybe I would try just staying in Folkestone for a day or two, or as it turns out, 3, because of these weird flash orders with boost pay. But I just haven't gotten enough of them to really be able to make videos. I mean, I've recorded everything, but by the time y'all see this video, it's going to cover 3 days worth of work. Well, work is debatable. 3 days worth of deliveries. We made 1 delivery on Wednesday and 2 on Thursday, and now this is our first one on Friday, and it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We got a flash order a couple hours ago and accepted it. It was $20-something, $22, I think, to shop for 1 item at Dollar General. But about 15 seconds after we accepted the order, the customer canceled it. So we got nothing for that. So anyway, now we've just finally gotten our first one that looks like we're probably going to get to actually deliver today. And it's $25.72. You know, 15 of that is boost pay, so this would have been $10.72. But it's a Pizza Hut order on DoorDash going 9.5 miles. And, you know, 5 of those miles are just me driving from my house to Pizza Hut. But anyway, decent order, almost $26. Hey, the Pizza Hut order was ready to go. That's pretty amazing. That never happens. Anyway, it's just 1 pizza. We've got it in the pizza bag, and looks like we're probably delivering to Dayspring. Some kind of a, I don't know what Dayspring is. Some kind of a halfway house or something. I don't know. Behavioral center, something. Anyway, it's just right across the river into Florida. What is it? 3.2 miles. Pretty cool for, what was this? $27 and change or something? 26 and change. This is awesome for as long as it lasts.
She told me she was getting one. I was just only looking out there.
I couldn't figure out what was going on up front. There you go, y'all.
And if I let go of this, it'll be a loud ring. That's why I'm saying.
Thank you. All right, y'all, we got our pizza dropped off. It wasn't the easiest drop off ever. The front office is where I'm supposed to always deliver Dayspring orders, and it was closed. They were installing new tile on the floor, so it said to walk around to the conference room. Well, I don't know where the conference room is. Anyway, we got it handed off eventually. But I guess we'll go home now and start editing these 4 deliveries over 3 days into a video. I don't know. think about how I want to do this in the future. I guess I should probably just go to Kingsland every day. You know, I've always planned on at least going to Kingsland on Saturday and Sunday morning, as you know, assuming Heather doesn't have us going to the beach. But I was hoping maybe weekdays I could just stay in Folkestone for as long as this flash order stuff continues, but I kind of feel bad being absent from YouTube for 3 straight days. Oh well, anyway, let's turn this into a video. If we get another order or two this afternoon or evening, we'll just stick it on to the next video. Anyway, y'all, thanks for riding along with me. Thanks for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. I appreciate it. Y'all stay safe out there. We'll see you tomorrow.